and Rubik, if they want something like that. They can also take the Tusk.
10 seconds remaining.
Or they might pick an offlaner who they think might get banned out in the next phase. For example, you could take the Tidehunter. But TNC, they are eating into their reserve time. They definitely want to have a better draft than they had the last game. Seems no last pick Medusas on the table this time. They're really eating into their reserve time here now. TNC, maybe they're a little bit shaken up about what happened last game. They thought they had the better draft. Just didn't turn out that way. They've eaten through exactly half their reserve time now. They really need to do something. You'll need this for later on. And Dazzle, okay, this is someone who we haven't seen picked a lot in this new meta thanks to the increase spell cost. I'm pretty sure that's what the nerf was to the Dazzle. We can double check it here. I think, here we go. Poison Touch mana cost increased as well as the Shadow Wave range nerf. But I'm curious because the thing about Dazzle is it is a good opener because it is a very good flex pick. It could be mid, it could be offlane, it could be the 5 positions in support. So TNC not revealing too much about their draft, but they will have to reveal something with this next pick.
Mineski's turn to pick.
And the Brewmaster. That's another hero that was first phase banned out last time. This time making it through.
Ten seconds remaining.
So, Mineski, do they have a plan? Something to combo already up with this Tiny versus this Dazzle and the Brewmaster. Tiny offers a fair amount of burst, but it's not quite enough to kill a Brewmaster. But that Magnus, we said it had been banned out previously, and now TNC have to scramble to ban out things such as the PA and the Juggernaut. And Mineski can just sit pretty, in all honesty. So TNC need to ban PA and Juggernaut. They can't do anything else. Mineski just banning out the Terrorblade. They don't want to play against it. That's fair enough for them.
Ten seconds remaining. Mineski's turn to ban.
Yes, there's the Juggernaut ban. I expect PA to be banned out right alongside it. I'm curious what they ban here. They might ban out the OD depending if they want to play against it or not. Or this Brewmaster is probably the offlane brew. We're seeing more of that than the 5 position, I think. So they're not going to ban out an offlaner, but maybe another annoying carry. But I'm not quite sure. The Earth Spirit. Okay, a 4 position. Fair enough. Just heroes that they don't want to play against at all. Nothing that crazy synergizes well with the TNC draft. And then Phantom Assassin. We know it's going to be banned. You just have to do it, TNC.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
They're actually eating into their reserve time. Think about this ban. I think they're not anti-mage. Okay. Okay, so they ban the AM and they take away the PA. Okay, and so this is their way of making sure all 3 of the strong melee carries are taken away by the side of TNC. You know what? I think that's really heads up. But they do have to be careful with the Phantom Assassin. Very susceptible to the burst damage of that Tiny.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So let's think about what they can combo up with this Magnus. There is the Troll, there is Faceless Void is an option. It's a bit difficult without looking at the list of heroes. And there it is. There's the Troll by Mineski. Mike, to be further a bit, sir. Do you want it louder or do you want it quieter? Actually, I should probably turn it down. I turned it up for some reason. There we go.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay. Yes. Quieter. There you go.
5 seconds remaining.
Made it a bit quiet. Troll with PA is pretty good. It allows him to accelerate his farm, and he'll probably build an MKB to take care of that Phantom Assassin.
Mineski's turn to pick.
Winter Wyvern.
This is an interesting pick. We haven't seen much Winter Wyvern, but obviously you use it next to the Troll Warlord and hope he obliterates whoever you catch. As well as, you know, that sleep. They're mostly physical damage other than the tiny. So you will probably be able to save
10
people.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Anyway, 5 seconds remaining now. Look at all this reserve time TNC have used. So Magnus might be the thing is, both Tiny and Magnus are 4 positions. So I think one of them has to go off lane. So I think you could pick up your 5 position here for Mineski. You could pick up your 5 position for Mineski. Something like Lich, we haven't seen picked or banned.
TNC
Great, good magical damage.
turn.
But oh, okay. Does this mean Tiny or they could be middle? But I don't like either of their laning matchups versus Dazzle if Dazzle ends up as your mid hero. And that's really possible because they have the Winter Wyvern already, and Winter Wyvern's usually a 5 position.
10
But Bat
seconds
Rider,
remaining.
very good lane matchup versus this PA.
5 seconds remaining. Mineski's turn
And the
to
Keeper of
ban.
Light Band, knowing they need the 5 position, at least thinking they need it for Mineski. I mean, I don't know. Mineski, Highlight Die, he is a bit of an unorthodox drafter, and we would... and it'd be really cool to see him pull something together.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So, time ticks down now. This is the final ban for Mineski, but it goes right into their pick. So they'll probably do it one after the other. Premarital abstinence. You should not have bet your rent money on this game of Dota. If you... Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's think about this. What do they need here?
Mineski's
They
turn
possibly
to
have an offlaner, and they needed a... No,
TNC
Dazzle could have been mid.
Predators
I might have banned a 4 position. And the instant Phoenix pickup? This is a weird draft by Mineski. I don't know how I feel about this Phoenix. Right in that they don't have the fastest right clickers, so killing the egg isn't easy for the side of TNC. But like, you can
10
only get
seconds
pickoffs
remaining.
with the Tiny. The Tiny is like your only reliable stun. Other than
5
Lasso, but
seconds
you know,
remaining.
that's going to take a while to get that Blink Dagger online on this Bat Rider. I'm a bit iffy about this Phoenix pickup, if I'm honest. I mean, they have good setup, you know, like for the egg and that kind of thing. And you know, if you try and get on top of an egg and then you eat an avalanche or you eat an RP, I do see the synergy there. As well as RP with the Sunray, with the spirits, it's all very good. But it's just, you know, if you want to get those quick pickoffs without expending ultimates, that's what seems to be lacking for the Mineski side.
Weaver.
And a Weaver. Okay, guys. Mid Weaver or offlane Weaver? I think offlane Weaver, mid Dazzle 4 position Brew? No, okay, so it's the offlane Brew. Gab, okay, we knew that. So is it a 5 Winter Wyvern and a mid Weaver? Okay, we knew RG was playing that. It is the offlane Batrider. They're going to try and lane that versus Gabby, obviously dominating the lane. So it is the 4 position Magnus.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, 5 position Phoenix.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay. So it is the Midweaver. Midweaver versus this Moon Tiny. Okay. I've never seen a Weaver Tiny matchup. But the thing I was talking about for the side of Mineski is that they lacked, non-ultimate disable. And with a Mid Tiny, he will have the farm priority to be able to get that quick blink tagger and be able to close distances. Ooh, boy. You know what? They have a Magnus. They have a melee carry. I'm going to give it to Mineski, even though I think the lineup's weird. You tell me in chat who you think is going to win. My money is on Mineski, I think. Midweaver to face off Bat. But it's the KP Bat, They're going to try and lane Bat versus Gabby, aren't they? This is going to be a weird EA wins. TNC, okay. Trust in Cuckoo. I mean, Cuckoo, he hasn't been to China. So, he hasn't got sick like everyone else. And we'll see if that is enough for him.
According to plan.
Premarital abstinence, you are making me very worried with your betting tendencies. Batrider rides an owl. But, guys, do you not remember that cosmetics are meant to, the inspiration and themes of the hero? And clearly, Batrider would ride an owl. Oh, there's a question mark from Magnus here. Oh, and instantly the unpause. Oh, was that? That was a Dota Plus tip, I think. Yeah, for KP. Okay, let's have a look at this lane there. Febby, the Magnus, and the Batrider. And you're... Oh my goodness, you people were right. They are putting the Armel Weaver top. And they're aggro tri-laning with the PA, so they are dodging this Batrider matchup. Batrider versus PA. Like, it's not that terrible just because PA does have the ability to jump away with the Phantom Strike. As long as her allied heroes, position themselves correctly. I'm curious to see if Armel will try and grab that rune. With the Shikuchi.
30 seconds to battle.
So, Febby over here. He's just sitting up. They do see where he is, so they're not even going to try and contest with that Shikuchi. But it looks like the side of TNC, they are going to get these 2 bottom runes. This is our classic 2-for-2 rune exchange. This is what we expected in the early game. But let us see how bottom lane goes. Are they going to keep this full tri-lane together? Ninja Boogie still hasn't leveled yet. This Weaver pick, this is their hope to defeat the Batrider in lane. And I think, honestly, it should do fairly well. They haven't seen the lanes yet for either side. They know, the side of TNC, they know that the Batrider's top. But Mineski, they haven't realized what is bottom. And now they see the PA. I'm curious how they respond to this. Ninja Boogie, he does get off the double poison touch. But they don't manage to keep the stacks up. Meanwhile, in this mid lane, Brewmaster Cuckoo versus Moon. Moon, actually, his tree already all used up. Palai using his fire spirits. Just trying to land them on, harass this PA, make sure it's really difficult for her to get that CS due to the slower attack speed. And look at this, the Wyvern. He's backing off after he casts his spells. Firstly, he's setting up for this pull, as well as making sure he doesn't take experience away from Gabby and Ninja Boogie. Because otherwise, the side of Mineski would hit level 2 before the Dire side. I mean, they already have. But not by an insane amount. Well, I mean, I take that back as well. Go forward. They do get the leap that slows them all up, as well as the whirling axis slow. Taking quite a bit of damage here for the side of TNC, thanks to those AoEs. This mid lane, Cuckoo, as he gets more levels into the Drunken Brawler, this lane will become a bit easier for him. But you can see how far he's suffering against the Moon Tiny at this moment in time. Well, I die missing with those fire spirits, unfortunately. And Winter Wyvern scouting out the runes is going to see the DD. Is he going to take it back to lane? Moon, however, very low. Doesn't have a salve, but has a bunch of tangos. So double damage here on this Winter Wyvern. Doesn't have level 2. So unfortunately won't be able to get that double damage with the Arctic Bird. That's a great combination thanks to that extra range. So much harass. But he's actually just laying into Palai. Does have the dive. Almost taking off half his health all at once. But back in this mid lane, Avalanche was used to try and push back Cuckoo. But that Drunken Brawler, costing so little mana, he can just spam it out as often as he wants, basically. RJ needs to be careful. The double damage has finally worn off here on this Winter Wyvern. So he's going to be a bit less oppressive here in this bottom lane. But here, Moon, Cuckoo, he pops the mango. He eats the Avalanche to toss back onto the high ground. And the skewer under the tower and the TP away almost instantly. They're not going to have enough damage to kill him. And by the way, he popped the Drunken Brawler, so he would be getting the benefit of that evasion as well when he TP'd out. So really nice play there by Cuckoo in this mid lane. Surviving the rotation of this Febby Magnus. Top lane, it looks like both are farming fairly well. KP out-farming Armel by a tiny bit. But the ability of the Batrider just to push out waves very easily. I guess that's kind of expected. So, Febby's here. He hasn't quite started empowering our shit. He does have his first level of empower if he wants to use it. But Tim's in these trees are going to be first blooded. It looks like they don't actually look for him. So he's going to be just fine. But in this mid lane, the toss into the air. There's not quite enough mana for the Avalanche. It needs 120, and he is missing one more. He gets away, but Moon, he finally gets the last hit. Unfortunately, you're not able to evade that there on Cuckoo. So Moon, solo killing in this mid lane. They get the slow. The pilot would die, eating the Shadow Wave. Remember, Phoenix has no armor. Slowed up, and Gabby actually leaps forward, and now Arjit, he's all by himself. The Magnus isn't there. Are they going to go forward for another one? No, Arjit is able to walk his way back to safety. Moon bottling up this Invis Rune. I don't think he's going to use it for Gamp. He just needs to use it for his mana. He expended a lot trying to kill off Cuckoo in this mid lane, even though it was successful. And look at this, Tibbs. He's just sitting in the side, spamming out his split pass, harassing Febby as well as Rajit. The Fire Spirits, they do manage to kill that Clarity. They leap forward. That's a big slow onto Gabby. But now Palai died. They're following up with the Poison Touch with a few more touches if Gabby was able to get in there. And he is. And that's a dead Palai die. He just TP'd back to lane. A bit of a misplay. And look at this. The Bounty Runes. That's going to be 2 for the side of die in this bottom lane. And it looks like the Radiant ones. Sorry, let's have a look. 1, 2. It looks like a 2 for 2 trade. It's always difficult with the bottles to quite figure it out. But Moon definitely dominating this lane. He is level 6. Look how low Cuckoo is. Only level 4. This is turning into a very rough lane for this Brewmaster.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And just look at the CS on Moon. Just absolutely dominating this lane. They do use the Poison Touch on Ninja Boogie, but he's just going to walk himself away. Be just fine on this speedy, high level growth Tiny. So, over here, Moon. He does have Avalanche. It connects onto Cuckoo, but it looks like he was just zoning him so that he's able to refill his bottle. And Moon, I'm curious if he goes for phase boots or if he rushes that blink dagger. KP actually just TPing away for safety to the shrine. They do see this. Thanks to the bug, he does need to kill that thing eventually to restore his minus armor that he was taking. But tosses him back to his own illusions, as well as the avalanche, keeping him under the tower, and the body box now fading off, as well as that slow from Pilo, but instantly TPing out. So I think he's going to be okay. Unfortunately, the toss not quite off cooldown. Cuckoo, we've seen this again and again. He's heads up once all their disables are used. He does know to TP out. So Armel seems to be ahead in the levels, but not ahead in the CS in this top lane. But worth pointing out, Troll keeping it pretty damn even with Gabby, but it looks like he did do some jungling for that. Thanks to the empower of the Febby Magnus.
Dire are scanning.
So, Ninja Boogie is smoked up. It looks like it's probably just to place deep wards. I don't really think they can get a kill on this Tiny unless he massively overextends.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And we miss a kill on this Armel Weaver. The first use of the Flaming Lasso. And thanks to that extra damage brought in by Pylai, they do manage to kill the Weaver. Unfortunately, not able to get off his time lapse just in time. Moon then trying to toss him back. No. Just leveling out the harass on this Cuckoo Brewmaster. The Febby. He sees Ninja Boogie and now Arjit's here. They don't even use the slow. He has no points in the shallow grave. So I think he's just going to go down. They slow him up with that board as well as the ranged whirling axes. He doesn't even need to catch an ensnare. So easy for him to get a kill. And all the meanwhile, Kaipi escaping from this top lane. KP, sorry, not Kaipi. Sorry, I have been casting some Europe. In this bottom lane, Gabby does have the level 6, so you need to be careful here on this Febby Magnus. If you eat a stray stifling dagger with a crit, you might just be dead. But look at this stack being scouted out by Tim. He knows this is here. He knows that's what the kind of thing they want to do with the Empower. They can also farm stacks, however, with Moon over here. But look at this. They have the ward. And he doesn't have the Arctic Burn for a few more seconds. So this is a very dead Tims. He's trying to farm. He pops the Arctic Burn, but I don't think he's going to get away thanks to the Avalanche. They even turn their backs because cool guys do not look at explosions or avalanches in this case. Armel, he sees Pylai. He does have this ward here. Pylai doesn't have the Icarus dive. So he's just going to go down to Armel. Pops the stick, but I don't think it's quite enough. He slows the attack speed. Armel just going to time-lapse out. But now he doesn't have time-lapse. Is he going to guess where he is? No, he isn't. Not throwing out blind avalanches today on this Tiny. But Fevy just allowing this troll to be able to farm through the jungle with this level 2 empower. Successfully gets off most of this pull.
Killing spree.
Okay. Okay, that was fair. That was a T-Tours. That's fair. It's the avalanche toss combination. It instantly burst down the Wyvern. Avalanche toss. You can see all the damage there. He's just trying to man up against the Tiny, and that's not something you can do.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
KP, worth pointing out, he does have Flaming Lasso off cooldown again. And Tiny, they are setting up for this 10-minute rune, as well as with a sentry. So if Armel tries to go for this bot, the Bruise split, Moon, this will be a really big kill if they can get it. They're refreshing the Poison Touch. He does have it on him. I don't think he's going to be okay. This is a very dead Moon. As they tip him, he tries to buy out, but his next item was the Blink Dagger. So first Bruise split does pay off here. Getting the big kill on Moomiana, and not Moomiana, on just Moon. And we can have a look at net worth. Actually, look at this PA. PA almost level with this mid-Tiny. Oh shit, even though he's been empowered farming, he hasn't been empowered farming the lane, he's been empowered farming the jungle. And that means that this PA is going to be the net worth leader for TNC, having a really good time here. And she's building a battle tree. Knows she has to keep up with the empowered troll.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Armel just popping everything to pop his stick, making sure to get all that efficiency out of the map. Okay, Arjit, he's building Vladimir's for himself. He obviously doesn't need the Battle Fury because he has the Magnus to speed up his farming. But Moon, he's left the mid lane, leaving it to Pylodite to try and soak some levels on some farm. You want level 6 on your Phoenix as soon as possible, I guess, so that he's able to fight up. But Moon, with the phase boots, is he able to catch anyone out? They do have a deep ward here, so he sees Ninja Boogie. I'm curious as if he's able to make a move on it. But it looks like that's not going to be the case. Moon, he really needs to pick up his farm. He hasn't accelerated since that death. He's just been too busy looking for kills. And this has allowed the PA as well as the Armel Weaver to put themselves ahead of him in the net worth. But have a look at this Ancient stack. That is fairly juicy for the troll as soon as he feels ready to be able to farm that. Probably waiting for his Vlads before he thinks that's a good idea. Because there are a few of the State of Banishers and they do a hell of a load of damage. But KP, he has his Boots of Travel if he wants them. He might think about the Blink Dagger. No, Boots of Travel is the item for him. And Pylodite has managed to get his level 6 as well as Tim in this mid lane. Fire Dragon versus versus Ice Dragon. And I know a Phoenix isn't a dragon, but I'm memeing here, okay? So, they're smoked up here by the side of TNC. They're trying to catch someone out. The Radiant scan, they have an idea about something's up, but they don't manage to catch anyone. And it looks like they're not diving any further for it. They're just actually going to commit for this bottom tower. And if anyone tries to turn around, they will kill them. Baby, I hope he realizes what's up. Armel, he's going into the trees. He throws down the bugs as he skewers TP's away. He's going to be just fine. They see him, but they're not in range to stop his TP. Arjit has the Vlads completed, and this is him trying to farm this big stack. Luckily, all those missed chances of the Whirling Axes. Thinking about using RP to farm this stack, I don't think that's the best use of your time. But these Whirling Axes, as well as that level 3 in power, makes quick work of the stack with the help of Arjit, and he's even full health thanks to that Vladimir's offering. And you can just see farming that stack together where it put them in the net worth. And what's where? KP, he hunted down the Wyvern. Oh, I was so focused on the stat, guys. You have to forgive me for that one. These Boots of Travel, as well as that Firefly, it makes KP so fast that no one's able really to escape from him. Especially a Wyvern who's so slow. Moon, how long till that Blink Dagger? He needs 75 more gold. Oh god, the T-Tours are starting in the chat again. This is when I get nervous. Okay, so Arjit, Vlad's completed. He wants the SMY. It gives him some stat resistant. TP away on Moon. They don't pop the Bruise Split, so they're not able to cancel the TP, and the Wyvern not there for the Winter's Curse. KP just TPing himself all around the map. Remember, you can... These TPs no longer share a cooldown. You can TP to a wave, and you can TP back to base. Fabi also building his Blink Dagger, but Tiny has his. I'm curious if they smoke up for the reveal. They do have the smoke here on Pylodite if they want to use it. But they see these people in mid lane. KP, he doesn't have his lasso for 13 seconds. But over here, they get the avalanche toss. But it is on this tanky Cuckoo. He does have split if he wants to use it. Are they going to try and force it out? With Egg, Cuckoo, he's still able to run away fine. So that's actually a waste of the egg there by Pylodite. And on this bottom lane, Armel, he manages to get both of these runes. This PA still our #1 in the net worth, Gabby. And after the next camp, she'll have the money for the Battle Fury as soon as she stops at a side shop. The toss forward, they do see where Tim's is if they want to go for it. The Blink Dagger is off cooldown now. And I think that is a very dead Winter Wyvern. Not even managing to throw out the ultimate to buy some time. Gabby fighting against KP. I mean, he doesn't have Firefly, but he does have the lasso. You need to be careful about it. With the Dazzle coming in, Gabby, is he able to get away? With Firefly now, he's not going to be able to escape. And I think Gabby, even with that blink forward, they know where he is. The lasso on top of him. There's 6 stacks. Brewmaster's not going to be here in time, and they do kill Gabby. But while using that Brew Split, It's worth pointing out the Dazzle died as well, but now Armel is here, and I think KP is going to pay the price. But actually, they have brought in Algit, as well as the Phoenix. There is no egg to be able to save him, but there is no Bruce Fit now. Femi, he skewers forward. That RP, it's not going to hit onto anyone. KP, they're trying to kill him, but they have no minus armor. And Cuckoo, he is stepped up, but this gives the chance to rack up all these further stacks. It's an easy kill. And now over here, Weaver, he time-lapses out, but Moon has a double damage. He tosses in Ninja Boogie, and that is a 4-for-0 trade for the side of Mineski. I'm not quite sure how much of that we caught, but we're going to have a look at our replay. Okay, so we see over here, the further stacks are building up. The Wyvern, they do commit the RP for both of them, but they don't have quite enough to be able to kill off that Weaver. Manages to get off time-lapse just in time. So while we were doing that, they took this tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. Production quality, yes. That's what you can expect. I'd like to say, by the way, this is a one-man operation. These are one-man replays, so it is quite difficult to do, but I tried to do it for you guys. Jit is fighting up against this troll. He isn't empowered. Please empower him, Febby. There you go. That's what the pings were. You can't be a support Magnus and not empower your core. I have played cores with support Magnets, and I just feel like every 5 seconds I'm like, come on, man, empower me. I'm not empowered. It just feels so bad to play when you're waiting for that empower. So we still haven't seen an impactful Winter's Curse in a fight yet. This Winter Wyvern pick, we just haven't seen the strength of it. PA has her Battle Fury completed, I'm pretty damn sure. And is farming right into the BKB next. Doesn't want to be run down by that Bat Rider again. And Bat Rider gets another catch. This is the reveal of the Blink here. But they don't have the follow-up damage. The Avalanche Toss isn't quite enough. And the Sunray. No, he's going to live. He can get off an ultimate. No. As soon as it ends, he goes down. But Moon on this high ground here, he's losing his armor to that bad Juju. And Armel, will they be able to kill off Moon? He tosses him in the air on the PA. And the Avalanche, it's not going to be quite enough. He is going to go down to the Immolate. And it looks like the egg was spent on the back lines, but now they're stream forward. They do manage to kill Gabby. That's a big one. And Ninja Boogie, he doesn't actually have a point in the shallow grave. KP, he's running him down as well. So, and now Cuckoo, he's all by himself here on Predator. Oh shit, they don't, it doesn't matter. He's just accepted his fate. And that was a 4-for-1 trade, I'm pretty sure, because the Wyvern died as well. That Phoenix doing work. They had the egg on the back lines, but it just allowed him to refresh this Sunray, already level 3. 7k goal lead at this point in time for Mineski. Not as dominating as last time, but KP. Okay, so they've got on the Winter's Curse, and it's worth noting he is losing armor, but he blinks away because he wasn't taking actual damage during that because no one else was hitting him. So he finally kills the bug. Is he going to be able to escape with Pylon Die rotating in? He's going to be just fine here on this Batrider. And worth pointing out, Flaming Lasso back off cooldown again. KP's Batrider, I feel like he's been all over the map just chasing people. And it's worth pointing out that Arjit, empowered, has his SMY as well as his Vadamir's. He's just going to take down Roshan. This is what Troll was meant to do, kill Roshans. And it looks like the side of the Dire, they don't have any idea this is happening. And even if they did, they don't have their scan for another 3 minutes 30.
Roshan has fallen to the red.
So, Arjit now has his Vladimirs, has the Aegis, and BKB will be next for him. BKB... You know, BKB, if I'm honest, it doesn't feel that necessary. I would probably want a Lincoln Sphere, if I'm honest. Because, you know, the only real stun they have here is coming out from this Winter Wyvern, and there's not that much magic damage for the side of TNC. So I'm curious if he does go through with this BKB. But it's just what you're so used to building on a troll. But the lack of magic damage from the Dire side means I just, as well as control, I don't see the fact that it's so necessary for this troll warlord.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's The kitedness, I get that, but hopefully he builds a blink dagger so he's able to get on top of people. And then the rest of his team has the stuns as well as the lassos as well as the tight. Let's yes. Fair enough. He just doesn't want to get cycloned. Maybe it's worth it. Febby has the blink dagger. They go back. They skewer him in. Are they going to commit the RP for that? They're mocking it, but they're not using it. But with the lasso, they don't even need it. But Ninja Boogie, he gets the grave off just in time. So will he be able to split? But no, the avalanche. He's tossed up. That grave not paying off. We heard him try to get split, but it just wasn't enough.
Dire's middle tower is
And look at this. They still have RP. They don't have lasso. But if they see anyone else, they'll be able to take it. And they remember, Aegis online here for Ajit. He's not really afraid of anyone or anything. I mean, Dazzle did get off his grave, but unfortunately it just doesn't last long enough. Through all this chain disable, Tiny has his Shadow Blade as well, building towards even more burst damage with that Echo Saber. He has Arcane Rune. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, if he had Shadow Bladed, he might have found Tim's pushing the lane. That would have been a nice kill for the Tiny Ajit. Not afraid of this Armel Weaver at all. What has he built here in this Weaver? Has the Diffuser Blade as well as his Dragon Lance. He took the Diffuser Blade and not the Mana Break talent, actually. Went for that 14 strength. So it looks like he just doesn't want to be draining people's mana. He wants to be alive for longer than that. PA has the BKB. Will allow her to fight through the Tiny as well as the Phoenix spells. That's really kind of important. And Ajit has his team behind him, so he feels perfectly safe. And look at this. They've even got a gem here onto Febby. So this Weaver is not going to be able to escape into that Shikuchi fort. KP, what is next for him? It looks like he wants a Shivas. Just give them even more flying vision. Okay, so Cuckoo only has a Vlad's thinking about a Radiance next. Ajit, are they able to kill him? We're going to zoom out because look at this. KP is coming in on his back lines. And he gets the lasso onto PA, but is he going to be able to kill him? PA has a BKB. I think KP might be in trouble. He's bitten off more than he can chew. But all the meanwhile, Ajit, he's running down Kuki, probably forcing out split. And KP, they do see him tanks that bug. And PA leaps forward. But Moon, does he want someone? Is he going to avalanche toss Ninja Boogie? Avalanche as well as the toss, and that is a dead Ninja Boogie, even though he got slept up by the cold embrace. And Ajit, he's still fighting into this, even though they don't have their Batrider. But it's a nice RP. It's only on to one, actually. But Potts the BKB as loves the ultimate. But as we said, BKB stopped by that Winter's Curse. And the egg, the BKB on Gabby doing a lot of work here. And now Febby by himself, he's critted down. The buyback of KP, I don't know if it's really going to do anything. Ajit, he has his Aegis. But the rest of the team is coming in. He leaps forward here on KP. He's just trying to zone them. They throw Moon into the air. So Ajit isn't going to lose his second life. But they're looking for more. They're looking for Tim's. They do get the slower for him. He has the cold embrace. But as we said before, that just allows Ajit to build up stacks. You can see 15 firm stacks. A nice kill there. But a good fight there for TNC Predator. They take the Aegis. They waste the first BKB basically of the troll. They force the buyback here on KP. So look at that. A fight very in favor of TNC Predator.
Dire's bottom tower.
Ajit, if he sees Armel, he might want to go for the Lucky Bash, but not there in time. Well, not even Bash in Snare. They don't have detection for Moon. And actually, sorry, what happened to the gem? We're going to have a look at this. Yeah, gem is taken by Gabby. That is a big loss, considering that Tiny has built the Shadow Blades. That was the fresh gem picked up by Febby, now on this Phantom Assassin. So, it looks like they're trying to catch someone out here in the dire side jungle. Unfortunately, no one being that risky to farm. The side of TNC just sticking to their high ground. Nice and safe over here. Gabby, Battle Fury, BKB. Next is the SMY. I'm curious about the no Desolator. It looks like she just definitely wants the status resistant coming from that SMY. Blink forward, nice lasso. And I think this Wyvern is not long for this world. He does sleep himself with a cold embrace, but again and again, we've seen that might buy time, but you are dead well and truly after it. Okay. Let's refocus on this game. TNC, they're 10k goal behind. Let's think about how they win this. They need to take a few more big fights. Possibly, if they could get a Winter's Curse next to the Troll, get him to eliminate someone such as the Phoenix, or maybe even the Magnus, not let them get off an RP, and then Gabby is able to follow up with the Bruce Split causing havoc. They might be able to have this fight. But they need to be careful of this. Pylai die. He is the one here, and they break the smoke, and they instantly see it. He dives away, so they're going to be just fine for the side of Mineski. Not catching anyone out. But look at this. Remember, they do have the gem. It's now on Armel. So he is able to see all these sentry wards. They do see the Phoenix. But whew, if that was the real Phoenix, that honestly might have one-shot him with that stifling dagger. Arjit has the MKB completed. So PA, that evasion isn't going to come in that handy anymore. And it looks like he's even building his own butterfly. It looks like he's fed up of PA having evasion and he wants his own. Here on Arjit. And how is our Firebird cacoring? I mean, these sentries, they're not going to last that long because you did feed away that gem.
Dire are scanning.
And it looks like he's building his own Shivas, but there's already one here on KP. Maybe a bit of a miscommunication there. With Pylai die. Arjit, he needs to be careful. They don't actually have any sort of blink initiation, except for the PA running in. But Arjit slowed up by that. Eats the Cinderbrew as well. But KP blink forward the Shivas, giving them good vision. Can they kill off the Brewmaster just in time? They are with the Avalanche toss, so there's going to be no split. And look at that. They used the Winter's Curse to stop them going forward. But it does mean that there's going to be no kill with that Winter's Curse. And Tibbs, he's going to be next. We're just going to watch him die to Arjit, it looks like. And that is 2 down for the side of TNC Predator. Roshan isn't up for another minute, so I'm curious if they try and seize the Avalanche. Doesn't connect enemy moon. He is hasted, so he's looking for more.
Dire's middle tower is
But Arjit now, he wants this tier 3 tower. He knows there's no Winter's Curse. He hopes that there's no Brewmaster buyback, but there might be some. But now, with Fortification down, they're really going to commit to this. But the Avalanche toss, Moon, he leaps in. He doesn't quite kill Ninja Bougie, but does force him to Shadow Grave himself. But Moon, nice RP on the BKB of the PA. Is he able to kill him in time? He's able to get away time-lapse with Armel, but he's chasing Gabby here in Arjit. You don't have the Aegis anymore. And the Bruce Split out on the back lines. Arjit, it looks like he's caught out. Are they able to save him? He uses his BKB. His ultimate is off cooldown. Sorry, on cooldown. He's already used it. But with the blink after the Cyclone of KP, it's not like Yule Scepter. So you are able to blink after that Cyclone. Okay. So that was a good RP, but unfortunately Troll just didn't have the quite have the damage to finish off that PA. But I don't think they even forced out Brew buyback. But they have finally taken a tier 3 that will allow them to move on to Shrines next if they just want to secure map control. And worth pointing out, Roshan in 15 seconds. Who's going to scout this out first? In the mid lane here, Winter Wyvern eating the Avalanche. It doesn't matter that you have a Glimmer Cape. They don't care about it because they have more than enough sentries. And with that Wyvern down again, how long are they going to stand in the pit? Oh my goodness, guys. 1 second away. Oh, they were so close. If they had been a bit more patient with the Roshan spawn, they would have Rosh right now for the side of Mineski. Leap forward with the Batrider Ninja Boogie. He doesn't have Lasso. And Flame Break no longer breaks TP, so he's going to be just fine. But Moon has the Echo Saber, even building into a Daedalus. Just more raw damage on this tiny. I like it.
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
And Arjit, we talked about them taking shrines. This is the shrine that allows them to secure Roshan. I wouldn't be surprised if they just go check it up and take it almost instantaneously. Maybe he's blinked in there. Arjit is empowered. And that is probably going to be Roshan? No, they're backing off. They're playing it safe. They feel that the side of TNC might know about this. And the Winter Wyvern is back alive. So they are respecting that Winter's Curse power around the pit, it looks like. I take it back. No respect. Arjit, alone on the pit, is building his Basher. Actually, almost has the money for it. Will definitely after this Roshan. Radiant, they are scanning. It does catch them out. Moon is invisible, but they do have this. They blink in, they do get the achievement, and he takes the Roshan. Nice egg there. They're going to be able to zone Gabby away from it. They do get the primal split, but this egg, it is going to pop. It connects onto all the Brewlings, but nothing quite else. But they did successfully manage to get the Aegis, and I think they'll be happy with that. For the side of Mineski. Side of TNC, you have committed your brew split for this, and they see the last Cuckoo, and he eats the Avalanche. He's not able to blink out of this, and that is a dead Brewmaster. He doesn't even have split, but he does have buyback. Tim's able to make it just back to the high ground with that. But chasing forward here is KP. And they do see this Tim's Winter Wyvern. I'm sorry. That is a dead Winter Wyvern once again. We just haven't seen a Winter's Curse really come into play. This Winter Wyvern pick, it just felt really underwhelming for the side of TNC. Mineski, they're 14k gold ahead. I wouldn't be surprised if we're looking at the first lane of racks. Moon.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
The creep wave is finally there. This gets rid of backdoor regen and Arjit. He'll have 15 further stacks in no time. Are they able to fight this? PA is actually caught, but they managed to break the lasso with the Ags on Armel. But the RP, it catches PA again. And now they're laying into him. Gabby, he leaps forward to Armel. He is going to be just fine. They've committed so much to try and kill off this PA, but unfortunately they haven't been able to. But they did manage to take the melee racks. Arjit, he's just going to retreat. Are they going forward for this? There's no Bruce Pitt, and he gets the lucky first hit. But now he's graved up. Are they just going to continue laying into Cuckoo? I think they are. The Winter's Curse, but no one is hitting into this guy. And remember, he still has Aegis, so even if you kill off Arjit once, his whole team is sitting behind him, ready to counter-initiate. And so they force him out. They don't manage to get the slow, but they leap forward the BKB, and he pops his ultimate. He's focused on going for Gabby. And that's a nice avalanche. She manages to kill the Brewmaster. The grave from Ninja Boogie is really big. But Gabby, he dies to Arjit. And he does have buyback if he wants to use it. I think he's going to have to try and defend the base here. They don't actually have vision for this Winter Wyvern, so he's able to glimmer cape away to safety. And Arjit, they are going to lose him for the second time, it looks like. But no, the cheese! Look at this Arjit, the man of many lives, as they call him. The avalanche toss, and that is a dead Wyvern. And Armel, do they have vision for him? I don't think so. But he leaps forward. He needs to be careful about those daggers there on Febby. But he's being healed up by Pylai Dai. So, big fight one win there for the side of Mineski. They're now 21k gold ahead. And they're just going to take even more structural damage. They're not afraid of anything. They know there's no buybacks. It's just the PA and this Weaver. And honestly, they don't care.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Are you ready to rumble?
And with that, are they going to look for the mega creeps for the side of Mineski? I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Oh, look at that. They're backing off as everyone respawns. That's real respect there by the side of Mineski, even though they're so far ahead. Oh, shit. He has his Basher flying out to him.
Is under attack.
No, he has his Butterfly flying out to him. I thought he was building Basher, but he's changed up his mind.
Gold for my armor.
Oh, shit. Using those runes, using his Butterfly, as well as always being empowered. They're now pushing down. They don't need to wait for this Aegis. They've taken down all the shrines. They've taken down all the other lanes of racks. They now have their full 5-man together. They have RP. They have Egg. This is what they've been waiting for. This is the last lane of racks. Can TNC Predator take a fight? It looks like they were trying to find someone in the jungle, or at least farm it up, but they're going to soon see the entire 5-man of Mineski in their base. Look at this KP. He sees Ninja Boogie. Ninja Boogie, I'm sorry, man. You were just caught out.
Oh no.
KP, he's been so good on this Batrider this entire game. Winter Wyvern, they're standing apart so that his ultimate isn't going to do anything. And oh shit, he's taken the last tier 3. Invis here from Moon. Do they have detection? They do have the gem. But they know where Moon is. But look at that. They've lost one lane, the melee barracks, and in a second they'll lose the range. And the Winter's Curse, the first Winter's Curse with people actually hitting into this troll. But it's not quite enough. They have the egg on the backlines as well as the RP. He's thrown up into the air on this troll, but they've lost the barracks. The exploding egg allows them to kill this PA. She has no buyback. And it looks like Tim's, he's going to be not long for this world either. And I'm pretty damn sure with those megas, with the PA dead, that is just going to have to be GG. Mineski, they're going to go through to the upper brackets of these qualifiers. Mineski making it through, defeating TNC. I think that's honestly a bit of an upset in the books. But Moon, as well as KP, looking so strong. Like, KP, I think, has to be the MVP for me for this series. He played so well. You can see how far ahead Mineski were, never behind, even for a second. And if we have a look at the 10-minute mark, you can see, actually, the PA was doing fairly decently, but the rest of the other 3 cores just managing to keep up with that.